Yvonne Okwara is a household name in Kenyan media, a celebrated journalist who has spent over 15 years guiding audiences through complex stories. Her voice is steady and authoritative on Citizen TV primetime bulletins. She even hosts segments like The Explainer and co-anchors the weekly panel show. News Gang colleagues praise her as ambitious, analytical, and self-driven, a consummate professional who thrives on uncovering truth. Off camera, she earned a reputation of thoughtful and driven with a science degree. All of these set the stage for Yvonne to climb the ranks from a radio presenter to one of the country's most respected news anchors. In 2014, Yvonne's life took a youthful turn when she married Andrew Matole, a veterinary doctor. She was just 31 years old. He was 47 years and already had 3 children from a previous marriage. From the outside, their union looked strong. Yvonne often spoke fondly of Andrew as her biggest supporter, calling him both a harsh critic and her greatest fan, thanking God for the supportive family they had built. Despite the 16-year age gap, she insisted that their bond was unshakable. In interviews, she emphasized that no rumors or external issues had ever affected them. Together, they celebrated milestones, anniversary, career promotions, community causes. For a long time, it seemed the ambitious anchor and her doting husband had it all. But after a decade together, a quiet storm was brewing. In early 2024, media outlets reported that Yvonne Okwara and Andrew Matole had separated. Reliable sources say the couple had gone their separate ways about a month prior, ending nearly 10 years of marriage. The clues were subtle but telling. Viewers noticed that Yvonne had stopped signing her Thursday night newscast with her hyphenated surname Okwara Matole, and her wedding ring, once a constant on her finger, had vanished. According to reports, they were no longer living together in their Nairobi home. In a span of a few weeks, the news anchor, who had always seemed so composed, revealed a very human vulnerability. Fans and colleagues were shocked and saddened. How could a marriage that once appeared so solid suddenly fracture? Tabloid headlines quickly pointed to a personal fault line, the issue of children. Gossip columns and unnamed insiders claimed that Yvonne Okwara's decision to remain child-free was at the heart of the breakup. According to these reports, Andrew had grown frustrated over time. He allegedly felt Yvonne was so focused on her career that she had chosen not to start a family, something he deeply wanted. These sources suggest that he expressed his unhappiness repeatedly and eventually chose to leave when it became clear that Yvonne would not relent on the question of kids. It was a heartbreaking narrative. The wife, who was dedicated to her work, being left by the man who wanted babies of his own. This reason struck a sharp chord because it stood in stark contrast to what Yvonne herself had said publicly just weeks before. In a recent interview, she had firmly stated that no outside pressure, not society, not the public, not even her husband, would determine her personal decision. She reminded listeners that in the life of a public figure, people talk, but those conversations do not live the life for her. Yvonne insisted that if any pressure were to be felt, it would only come from within herself, never from others. She was crystal clear. The bond she shared with Andrew was strong, and the question about the children were irrelevant to the love and friendship they had held together. Now, in the wake of the split, that earlier clarity made the tabloid version all the more poignant. How could someone so sure of herself be accused of causing a marriage to fall apart? Behind the scenes, friends say Yvonne handled the upheaval with remarkable grace. She returned to the newsroom and her daily routine almost immediately, letting her work speak louder than the gossip. On air, she remained the poised anchor everyone admired. In fact, her career did not miss a beat. She continued to host her Thursday Explainer segment and co-anchor News Gang, and had even added a Monday business show to her schedule. This steady professionalism reassured viewers and colleagues that Yvonne was as resilient as they had always thought. Off-screen, she also leaned on the things that had always mattered to her. Her family, for one, has long been her source of strength. She often speaks about the inspiration she draws from her disabled brother and has remained active in advocacy for people with disability. Surrounded by loved ones, she appears to have used this challenge as a motivator, staying true to the values she always professed. Some observers note that Yvonne now seems to carry herself with even greater poise and quiet confidence, as if she had returned personal pain into purpose. If there is any hint of anger or bitterness, it had been well contained. Instead, she seemed to have quietly reaffirmed the belief that life goes on her own terms. As the dust settles, Yvonne Okwara's public image has evolved in a surprising way. Far from breaking her, this experience appears to have cemented her reputation as an independent, strong woman. She already held firm to her choices. Now the world has seen the cost of such conviction. In many ways, her ordeal echoes the advice she has always given others: be true to yourself. Publicly, she hasn't wavered or offered any apology for the way she lives her life, and that consistency only adds to the respect people have for her. Looking forward, the anchor has made it clear her focus remains on her work and her own happiness. She is still the same trailblazer, profiled for her achievement in journalism, still breaking down current events for viewers and mentoring younger reporters. Though her views on love and family may be no one's business but her own, it seems likely that this chapter has only deepened her belief in living authentically. In the end, Yvonne Okwara's story is one of resilience, a talented woman who has faced heartbreak under public scrutiny and chose to carry on with grace. Her journey reminds us that sometimes the most difficult endings can pave the way to new beginnings, guided by the lesson learned along the way. Guys, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, like and comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get every new video once I upload.